still, I do feel better about things a little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. Best to not go too far down the road right now. Things will just get confusing. Why did I make that noise? They already had the noise for me. Thank you very much, Gabe. What was that? Sir! That's what I'm saying, me, a perpetrator. I'd say I was the perpetrator again, sir. That's what I'd say. What? Hi, greetings, sir. Dear great God, Rasu, it's him again. Why is he arrested? Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Officer Menkins. So, you're a guard here at at a detention center? No, sir, I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Menkins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Menkins reporting, sir. What? What? Yeah. Even though here's an ultimate flaw with this situation. There's no way in fucking hell this guy would kill anyone. This guy's a pipsqueak, and based off of everyone else from previous cases, there's no way he should be a killer. Oh, more ways than one, I think. Anyways, now this is an unexpected turn of events. Well, this is gonna be a long one, isn't it? Great. Well, let's talk to him about it. The day of the crime. Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir! Ow! I can hear you fine, Officer Menkins. Here's a quick question. Why the hell didn't they taken that off of him? Just, force it off of him. Like, you're not allowed to have you're not allowed to have that hat. Ooh, that's a nice looking charm you have in hand. And you have bandages on her hand. Oh, well, future references, whatever. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard office in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there was a guard at the evidence room? That's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now the security office was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Rick Marshall! Sorry, keep thinking about The Walking Dead. I should record the Walking Dead game. That would be so hot. Okay, done with that. Anyways, then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. Seriously, this is like reading Naruto, the manga version, or the anime, before Naruto ended up stop saying "Datte bayo" or "Believe it" for English translation. Well, technically, it wasn't "Datte bayo." Datte bayo doesn't. Well, does "Datte bayo" actually mean "believe it"? Because I doubt it. Because usually for Japanese, okay, we've already had this conversation in a different playthrough. Move on. Anyways, that's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person. Yeah, wow. What the heck is this guy doing? So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red and I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here in the detention center. Wait. Technically, you should be in a holding cell, not a detention center where the police, a supposed officer is staring at you on the ground. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could do to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand? Just like Miss Sky. Something's not adding up correctly. Yet another similarity between cases and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. Okay, or rewind a little bit for the victim. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a prosecutor or a victim, sir, then label me a victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention and alive and pretty much well. Sorry, I added that in. And well at that. Yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Yes, sir. If I hadn't labeled him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I would say leans heavy on the total stranger side. Okay, so you didn't know him? Sir, I worked in a tiny department devoid of light or other creatures like comforts. I don't know any detectives. Wow, you're really kind of sad. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intentions of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone is more confused than I am. Because hell, this is confusing the shit out of me. Anyways, let's get to the point. Bandaged hand. And your hand. That happened when Detective Goodman was stabbed? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But sir, but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do? Okay. Sir, to tell you the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed the knife at me, I just hollered, sir. Wait a minute, time out. You never actually said anything about you freaking out and Detective Goodman having the knife. It was supposedly you who had the knife, but sure. Anyways, moving on. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were... Huh? When I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? When I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hands, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? I guess, but the victim's body disappeared. That's weird. That's some story. Well, that's pretty much all we can at least ask him. Well, there is one thing we can present him. And that is this. God damn it, game. Oh, okay, there it goes. Goodman's ID. Hopefully this will have something to him. Yeah, sorry, let me scratch my foot. Yeah, take that! Do you think you could look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! What? The head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember, sir! You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card that caused cause of all of it. This ID card? Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing can be more exact, sir. Nothing. I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Can someone please remove that microphone from him? This is getting a little bit redonkulous. Anyways, crime details. Can you tell me what is it you do remember? Whatever. Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. Okay. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman Wait, Mr. Detective Goodman instead of Mr. Bruce Goodman? Okay, whatever. Anyways, Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room, and that's why I thought he would, he looks suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID. Well, that sounds pretty much, pretty, by the book so far. That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you. So, you asked Detective Goodman to show his crap, excuse me. Oh, that was horrible. Ugh. Hot dogs and macaroni and cheese. Every man's enjoyment. Anyway, sorry. God damn it. Excuse me for the burp, by the way. Anyways. So, you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pulled a knife at me! What? Sir, I assure you that I was flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leaped at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My own father's words, sir. What happened then? Well, my eyes, sir. Everything went white when I awoke. I was here. Right. Reason for arrest. So, Officer Minkins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Time rewind. Now Officer Minkins didn't know Detective Goodman, which is true. Something doesn't add up. Ugh. Didn't know Detective Goodman. True, that's a check. The victim who he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID, and he pulled a knife on him, which kind of sucked. Okay, sorry, I had to at least correct my throat. God damn it. And the victim who he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. So, yeah, that's actually a big problem. This body just disappeared from the evidence room. We don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what that's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On the day at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No. But the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime the crime I swore to stamp out. It's there, it's me, it's on the tape. Okay, ish, that's, Wait a minute. Something doesn't add up. If the security camera, probably it's because the security guard. Okay, awkward silence. Still more awkward silence. And you waited until now to tell this? Tell us this? Tell us this, whatever it is. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No, no thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we better get going. I guess we better go check out, well, I guess we'd better go check out the crime scene. Screw it, we gotta keep moving anyways. Criminal Affairs Department! Accidentally went to... Oh, actually, no, we had to go here first before we can go to the evidence room. Hey, Mr. Wright! Look who's standing at the head detective's desk. It's Chief Gant. Are you sure that... Are you sure this is all? You know what it means if there is anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most perfect. It's most likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases behind the computer. Behind the computer monitors, the coffee machine. Wait, there's actually